Welcome to Music Teacher Talks. Let's chat about how to learn students' names. This is going to be a series that I will call Music Teacher Talk, where we pick a topic that is common to most music teachers and talk about it. And if you have an idea for something for a music teacher talk in the future, leave that in the comments below. Make sure to connect on social media, on Instagram, with Colorfully Playing the Piano, or here on YouTube. I love connecting. So here are the ideas. This is the one idea that I actually did use with my students. It worked really well for that day. And I think if I would have done it like one other day or 2 other days, I might have actually learned all their names, but I felt kind of pressured, like I didn't want to use classroom time. I only saw the kids for a half an hour a week, and I wanted to cover all this material, and so I felt like I couldn't spend like every single lesson on learning names. So that's where these ideas come in. So the first one was we kept a steady beat somewhere. We all know that kids need to work on a steady beat, and we changed where we kept the steady beat. And then we were in a circle, and we went around the circle. And so I said my name, Miss Jody, Miss Jody. So I said it in rhythm, right? With the beat. And then the next kid said their name. So Caroline, Miss Jody. And then you would go to the next person. You say, what's your name, sweetheart? I use sweetie and sweetheart a lot. Let me know what other names you use for kids. Hey, you, sweetie, little one, oh, kiddo. Let me know what names you use. Maybe if I forget names next year, you can help me out with that. So then we'd go like, oh, James. So then the whole class is saying everybody's names. And I came in partway through the year, so everybody already knew each other's names. If everyone's new in the class, then everyone can learn everyone's names. So if you started at the beginning of the year, this is a great way to do it. So then you can say, Jacob, James, Caroline, Miss Jody. Stop. What's your name? Now, if you have a classroom of 25 kids, it's going to be like a long time, which is why it took us about 15 of the 30 minutes. But we are using steady beat, right? So it's actually not taking away class time if you're using it as steady beat. So then I say, I let the kids pick where we keep the steady beat. Oh, who wants to pick where we keep the steady beat? And so then we go, Jacob, James, Caroline, Miss Jody. Oh, okay, sweetheart, what's your name? Franklin. I'm not gonna remember my imaginary names later. And then once you get like halfway through the circle, if it's the older grades, instead of doing steady beat, you can have them say the names in rhythm, right? Franklin, Jacob, Caroline, Miss Jody. I know I missed one, James. So that's just a great way to go around the circle and do steady beat in a circle. The next idea that I had is very much of a creative idea. So I would have the kids sing and write a song about themselves. Now, you can pick a song that's like a template song. I'll be working on one, and if I have it, it'll be in the description below. But it could be something like, my name is, I like to eat, I love to play, and I am. So you could give them a template that says, my name is, and they'd write it in, Jody. I like to eat pizza. I like to play piano, soccer, tennis, Minecraft, and I am, and then you would put an adjective, adventurous. So obviously you would want to sing that, and maybe that could be a good chance for you to teach the kids your name and something about you. So my name is Jody. I like to drink coffee, so you can say eat or drink. I love to play guitar, and I am creative. And so then maybe they could sing that again. And so then the kids could sing it. It might be really tough at the beginning of the year to have them individually sing it, but they could at least write it on a paper or on a template. So that would be, best for like kindergarten through 3rd grade maybe. 4th, 5th, 6th, I also teach middle school. I think something really cool would be to take a song that's well known. Let's choose Thunder, Thunder, lightning and the thunder, thunder, thunder. So that one doesn't have a lot of words. So maybe like, I was uptight, I'm gonna let it loose, na 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 na. So then you could take that melody, right? My name is Jody. I like to go to the swimming pool. I love rainbows and I am fun, right? I'm totally doing this on the spot, maybe on purpose. So have them choose a song that they love. I mean, it just depends on the school and the kids. It would be hard to, you can't really individually work with each kid, but if you picked maybe 1, 2, or 3 famous songs that year, and you had like the melody of the chorus, and you guys all sang the chorus together. And then after that, like this last year was "We Don't Talk About Bruno, no, no, no." So the kids kind of do that da 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 da. So you could have the music, and they could write it in like, "My name is Jody. I like to play ukulele." Obviously that takes some, time for the kids to get to that point, and at the beginning of the year that might feel like a lot. So that's why I said just pick like 3 popular songs, outline it out for them so it's super easy, and teach them that way. So another way is if you take a coloring page. Now I love coloring pages. It can be anything. It can be any music coloring page that you find, and you have them color it, and you have them write their name pretty large on this sheet. And this is an idea that I thought of recently that I'm definitely absolutely going to do, because I think that when kids are coloring at the beginning of the year, it gives you a chance to walk around the classroom and like individually talk with each kid and get to know them, and you can like learn things about them and have them turn it into you and then hand it back to them and say their name. I think what happens with classroom teachers is they collect this paperwork and then they give the lesson back to the child. So they say, Julie and Jacob and Susie, and so they can see the name. So if you can like collect that coloring page, look at it, think about the names, look at all the names, and then give it back to the students next week where you're actually looking at their name and you say their name when you give it back to them. I think that can be super helpful. And then my last thing is similar to the coloring page. If you give the children a chance to create artwork that teaches you about them, maybe you ask them if they have a country they like or a favorite animal, and they get to draw that animal and then tell you about it, maybe tell the class. So they have, 15 minutes to draw their favorite animal with their name on the paper again. And then, when the class is over, they just need to stand up and say, "I am Susie and my favorite animal is a panda. I'm Jody and my favorite animal is a sloth. I'm Nicholas and my favorite animal is a bat." And so that can give an animal with the connection, and then you can also make that connection later with the kids. Now, the last way that I'm going to mention how you learn names is the natural, authentic, normal way. You go into the school and you already know kids. Maybe it's your friends' children. You already know their names. Maybe it's because there's a kid who needs extra discipline and attention, and so you're probably going to learn that kid's name right away. But the best way to learn names, if you can, that I've done in the past, is you get a school directory with pictures. If you have pictures with the classes, I 100% recommend, I know we don't want to work outside of class time as much as we can, but use some prep time. Look at their pictures and look at their names and like make some kind of a connection, like do your own name game and like name practice. And that way you can learn their names outside of class time. You can see their faces and their name, and it's going to be so much more helpful. Also, maybe choose a common children's song like Bingo. So here's what I came up with for learning Bingo. We're going to sing, "There was a student who had a song, and was her name-o." This is also a good time maybe to learn pronouns, right? Was their name-o, or so-and-so was his name-o. So just know I very much support all rights of all people. And so you see I've got rainbows and rainbows all around, but I think that would be a great time. If you're singing this song, you say, "And Jody was her name-o," and your kiddo says, "Oh, my pronoun is they," or "I go by he," then you can learn that, make note of that, and sing the song in that right way. So then you would, Jodi, Jodi. Obviously, kindergarten might not be able to spell their name yet, so maybe a little bit, maybe like first, second, and third grade is like a good time to do that. And you can even do it as like a fun thing in the older grades as like, well, this is just like fun. We're going to make it up and like see if we can clap it and learn our names. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any other name tools. Like I said at the beginning, I did not learn all of my students' names. So I guess this is a video talking about what I would do differently next year and some ideas for you so that you're not in the same boat that I was this year where you were having to call on kids and you just didn't know their names. So let me know in the comments if there's any better ways that you have come up with for learning kids' names in the music class specifically, and stay tuned for more music teacher talks here at Colorfully Playing the Piano.